Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the URL-GT3 Championship in Assetto Corsa. This race will be contested at the Paul Ricard circuit at the Blancpain layout, and it were the two rivaling Nissan teams that put their top drivers on the front row. Mihovil Markovic with his Nissan GT3 with a 155.7, 3/10 up on Tony Ukic. Robert Horvat put his Camaro GT3 in third position. The rest of the field was also quite bunched up, so we were set for an entertaining race. Let's have a look at the highlights of that race. So here we are on the grid with the two Nissans in front, and let's see how they all get away. Everyone seems to have a good getaway. Some bumping there from Miguel Santiago Carao in the middle of the track. But everyone keeps it clean. Now turn 1 will be very tricky into the braking zone. But still everyone gets through cleanly here. Simon Fillingham with Peter Backus right on his tail. That will be a battle to watch here throughout the first lap. Mihovil Markovic had a good start and kept his Nissan in first position. Tony Ukic dropped back a little bit, and Robert Horvat took second position. Oh, Peter Backus there on the inside in the hairpin, coming up to the Mistral straight, where of course the Nissans and GTRs and Camaros of this world will have an advantage. So here's Peter Backus side by side with Simon Fillingham and also Tony Ukic right on the tail of Miguel Santiago Carao. Alex Scott also challenging Robert Horvat for second position there already. So battles all around the field. Look how close this is here behind the trees. 3 wide into to the fast right-hander, and Peter Backus comes out on top in front of Greg Metcalf and Simon Fillingham. And behind them it's one of the other Camaros with a slight touch here. Peter Abelovsky on Simon Fillingham, but he keeps it on the track, so good job by him. His teammate Mitchell Smith is right in front of Fabio Bartolai and Sandro Donadel. Nikolai Simic had an off in the first lap and he's in last position at the moment. So it's Mihovil Markovic from Alex Scott, then Robert Horvat, Gregory Olivier, Tony Ukic, Miguel Santiago Carao, and the whole rest of the field flashing by, so everyone's still with a fighting chance of a good finishing position. So let's have a look at the start of lap 2. That's Peter Abelovsky, if I'm not mistaken. Yes indeed. So finishing the first lap, he gets a good exit out of the last turn, and he has some straight line speed advantage over Simon Fillingham. Dive to the inside, and can he brake late enough? It seems he doesn't actually. The 488 stays alongside very well. Oh, bit of a slide there. So Simon might get a disadvantage here now. Yes indeed, Peter Abelovsky takes the position away from him. But the race is far from over, of course. So then Tony Ukic was right on the tail of Gregory Olivier. He lost second position there. He's now battling for fourth, if I'm not mistaken. The two Nissans side by side and not giving each other an inch here on the Mistral straight. Absolutely level. Let's see who comes out on top, who has most courage here into this turn, and it's Tony Ukic going through on the inside line. Let's see if he can crawl back up to his qualifying spot. Then here riding with Fabio Bartolai behind Mitchell Smith, goes a bit wide, and Fabio goes through there behind Michal Klisch here in the black Camaro GT3. followed closely as well by Sandro Donadel, so all still very close, all still in the second lap of the race. We're set for 30 laps, so Mitchell having a bit of a look there, Fabio going wide. Let's see how that looks from on board of Sando's car, riding in the R8 Audi. But positions will stay as they are at the moment. So Alex Scott got into second at the start. He's now followed by Robert Horvat. And he had a bit of an off there, Alex. Can he... Oh, that's Robert spinning on the curbs, and will he lose the position? Let's see. Here's Alex Scott going by, and yes, indeed he will lose the position to Tony Ukic, who just passed Gregory Olivier, who is right behind Robert Horvat now. So it's all kicking off now. Then again, Michal Klisch here, right behind Fabio Bartolai. Good speed on the straight with the Camaro. Can he get his nose in front? He's on the inside line, and I think he's slightly in front. Yes, well, yeah, that's move done and pass completed for Michal Klisch in the Camaro. And then here riding in second position with Alex Scott, unfortunately, as so many drivers will this race here on this curb. Very tough to keep the rear in check, and Alex goes off the track slightly and loses 2 or even 3 positions. He's now right behind Miguel Santiago Carao. Then here Peter Abelovsky trying to make a pass on Greg Metcalf. Can he go around the outside? Greg has the ideal line, but has to leave some space on the second apex. He's not going to give up that easily. Can he brake late? I think it's a move done for Peter Abelovsky. Yes, indeed. He takes the position away from Greg Metcalf. Oh, then he will have to have a good exit here, because nope, he has to concede back to Greg. Can Greg keep it in front on the straight? Simon Fillingham is right up there to pick up the pieces, so these guys have to be careful. But the Camaro with low wing setting is no match for the BMW here on the Mistral straight, so Peter Abelovsky flashes past. Then Alex Scott, as we saw, ended up behind Miguel Santiago Carao, and he would execute a very nice well-timed move in the final sector. Let's have a look at it here. So Miguel takes a wide line for the late apex, but Alex puts his car on the ideal line. Miguel has to leave some space on the outside and has to give the position to Alex Scott. Then Alex would straight away get close to Gregory Olivier after a small mistake, and in the slipstream of the Nissan could get past for P4 once again. Here they are braking to a very tricky corner indeed, and then riding with Miguel Santiago Carao just behind them. Here Gregory makes a big slide, keeps it in check, but loses some time, and Miguel will learn from his mistake he made on Alex and execute actually a carbon copy of the move from Alex to take the position from Gregory, but he would not give up that easily. Good speed on the Camaro, and the ideal line would be Miguel had to concede the position again. That was very close under braking, but Gregory retakes that position. Can he also keep it? Let's see. Into the braking for turn 3. Yes, he can. So Gregory stays in front. Miguel would not give up that easily, but it will come to a small crash between the two. Miguel hitting Gregory in the back, but being off worse himself into the barriers and losing some positions. And of course some valuable aero and body work that would cost him time on the straight. So here we are then, riding with Peter Backus. To here make the pass on Greg Metcalf. No, it's Fabrizio Micheli, sorry. And just in front, or just before the pit stops, here's Mihovil Markovic taking a good margin over these two guys who were really on each other's gearbox. Tony Ukic and Robert Horvat for second and third. Then Miguel Santiago Carao in front of Greg Metcalf and Simon Fillingham. We saw Miguel, after his mistake, coming out just in front of these two and coming into the pits very, very soon indeed. Big fight there, and Mario Liguori, Peter Backus, Fabrizio Micheli and Fabio Bartolai also in a big battle. So the first stint was no one could really get away, take a big margin. Even the leader has to be on his toes for the second stint. Gregory Olivier and Alex Scott had already pitted after starting on the soft tires to take advantage in the opening stages. Sandro Donadel was at the moment in last position. Mitchell Smith already made a pit stop. After the pit stops, Tony and Robert came out in the same way, but Robert got close enough on the straight to get in the slipstream of the big Nissan, and some good straight line speed for the Camaro meant that he would get into second position. Let's see if they can hunt down Mihovil Markovic for the top spot. So then here Peter Backus in a battle with Manlio Liguori, and right behind is Fabrizio Micheli. So this would be actually the battle of the second stint. These three guys together with Greg Metcalf would have a big battle, and we'll see some highlights of that. Here Peter Backus getting past Manlio. Will he attempt to move to retake the position? Absolutely side by side here, but Peter keeps it clean, but now has to concede the inside line for the next corner to Manlio. So let's see if he can brake late enough to keep the position. Yes, he does. Manlio brakes a bit early to be safe, and that's Peter Backus keeping that position. Then Fabrizio Micheli got close to his countryman in his BMW versus the Lamborghini. Ever so slightly, he would gain a bit of time, but never really got in front. Let's see what happens here in the fast right-hander. Absolutely side by side. Oh, late braking by Fabrizio, and they collide, but they keep it on the track both. So a bit of a forceful move there by Fabrizio, but he makes the pass stick. Here's Peter Backus then. He ended up behind Fabrizio, or behind Greg Metcalf, I'm sorry. They closed up on him. So now it's a four-way battle for fifth position, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Peter side by side with Greg in the last sector where we saw the passes from Miguel and Alex. And Peter Backus does it completely the other way around, but gets the position from Greg. So a very nice move, and behind you see the battle heating up as well. Greg would then get in the slipstream again of Peter, going for the inside line, braking late, keeping it on the inside, leaving room for each other. But I think Greg will come out on top. Yes, he could get the power down earlier, so he will retake the position. Fabrizio Micheli was also battling Manlio Liguori, and this four-way battle got closer and closer and closer. A bit of a mistake by Peter Backus let Minor Liguori through, as we saw just here in front. A bit of a slide, and you lose the position here already. Then on the next lap, it got very close. A bit too late braking, opportunistic move by Fabrizio Micheli. He hit Peter Backus, but could give the position back, so the battle could continue. So then here's our race leader, Mihovil Markovic. He will take the win here at Paul Ricard, followed by Robert Horvat and Tony Ukic. Robert got passed just after the pit stops and never gave the position away. And then back to the battle with Greg Metcalf, Minor Liguori, Peter Backus and Fabrizio Micheli. Minor Liguori got close on the last lap. Around the outside, he tried it on Greg Metcalf, who wasn't having any of that. But the battle is not over yet. Good exit here from this turn. Let's see if Magno can make a move, can make the undercut, get side by side and onto the power quite early. That's nice. Peter Backus is right on their tail, as you can see in the rear view mirror. Here's the view for the very last turn of this race, and Milo Liguori will take the position from Greg in the very last instance. Peter Backus will finish right behind them, and after that it's Fabrizio Micheli. So here are the final results of the race. Mihovil Markovic, as we saw, took the race win, 13 seconds in front of Robert Horvat. Tony Ukic was just over 1 second behind Robert. Gregory Olivier had a lonely race in the second stint, but made it home fourth. Then we have the four-way battle that we saw the finish of. Simon Fillingham put his Ferrari 488 in 9th position, followed by Michal Klisch. Then Simon's teammate Mitchell Smith. Then Nikola Simic, Sando Donadel, and we also had some non-finishers: Peter Abelovsky, Alex Scott, Fabio Bartolai, and Miguel Santiago Carao. Next time we will head to the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit for 29 laps around the iconic British track. So join us at unitedracersleague.com and get racing.